Liverpool sit 12th on the table. 12th. In 2015, Chelsea were defending champions and they slipped to 16th position before they finally fired Jose Mourinho. How long do Liverpool wait before they finally pull the plug? Earlier this year, anyone who mentioned the F word was laughed off because, of course, you don't go ahead and fire a manager who just won the league in their debut season. But so much has changed since then. When you look back at some of the things, you realize the cracks had already begun to show. We were knocked out of the FA Cup by Plymouth, lost to Newcastle in the League Cup final, couldn't match up to PSG at all in the round of 16 in the Champions League. And when you fast forward to this season, we started it off by losing the Community Shield to Crystal Palace. In the Carabao Cup, look at the team that we played and you just know that it was a self-sabotage of the worst kind, so that we just have no shot against Crystal Palace. 9 losses in the last 12 games in all competitions, and these weren't unlucky losses, these weren't fine margins. The last one was a 4-1 loss to PSV, whose name you have to Google before you realize it's Eindhoven. What is happening? As a fan, it is so annoying to listen to all of the experts talk about how Trent Alexander-Arnold's departure is the reason we are in this rut. I refuse to take that answer. You buy players, you sell players, you rejig your system. Bournemouth's done it fabulously. Brentford's lost players like Mbeumo and Wissa, and they haven't fallen off the face of the EPL table. One player does not and cannot define the team. The manager defines that, and anyone who's seen Liverpool play in the last few matches know that the team looks shapeless. There's no discernible tactic, and all of the players look like almost headless chickens. They don't really know what they are doing when they are attacking or defending, and that's not because the players have suddenly forgotten how to play. No, Wirtz is still playing fabulously for Germany. Kirk has looked good. Salah scoring for Egypt, but of course Salah's not going to be able to be Salah when you play him so wide that he barely touches the ball. Ekitike, who started this season in such fabulous form, has been benched more than one occasion in favor of a much more expensive and yet a much more out of form Isak. And Chiesa can win Player of the Month, but he will still start on the bench and he'll be brought in only when there are about 7 to 10 minutes of game time left. Player selection, the team's shape, a porous defense, a toothless attack, amongst so many uncertainties. The one thing that is becoming more certain is that it is Slot who looks the most underconfident, the most clueless every time Liverpool step onto the pitch. Any manager's true test is how adaptable they are, how quick on their feet, and Slot has not really been able to exhibit any of these. Questions need to be asked, and they need to be asked now before Liverpool slip too far down.